Hello and welcome back to Frequency Intuitive. Today's reading is a love letter from your higher self, from the higher realms. So this can include your own higher self, your angels, your spirit guides, and your ancestors, and any other high frequency energy that you resonate with. If you resonate with being a star seed or from a certain star family or something like this. So welcome in. We have 4 piles, and I'm actually going to choose the crystals live because I have this really pretty, this is how these color of crystals are in my room, in my filming room, and I just thought it looked so pretty and I wanted to share it with you and kind of just share in the funness of the crystal selection. I'm not really sure how we're going to do it, if I'm going to close my eyes or just kind of choose intuitively. Also, I thought it would be fun to film in this sort of candlelight vibe, as I'm noticing I'm smoking up the shelf in front of front of me. Let me just move those. So for pile 1, we have the card of Divine Love. It's card 16. It's the pink amethyst as the crystal, and it's the soul star chakra. If any of those resonate for you, and we'll choose your crystal here. Let's see if they just highlight one for me. I wonder if it's the same one that you might be looking at. A couple, okay. A couple are standing out to me. Definitely the butterfly is standing out to me. This is a rose quartz butterfly on a lily pad. And also both of these flower crystals, well, I'll just pick one. I believe it's moonstone. This is a lotus flower. So both of those wanted to come out for group 1. I'll hold them up to the camera with your card. So this is for pile 1. Can I hold this so you can see better? We didn't think about the logistics of candlelight, okay? We did not think about logistics. But we're making it work and I'm enjoying it. It just feels softer and gentler. Okay, so pile 2, your card, the resonant card is card 27, which is the opal, expansion, and the north node are the words on the side of your cards. And I love how this opal's in this gateway with these beautiful flowers, some cacti surrounding it. I just saw this little symbol here. I don't know if you can see. I was wondering if that was an astrological symbol, but I think that's for the north node. So let's choose I'm definitely seeing something green because of those cacti I saw. Okay, a couple are definitely, this one's coming out to me. And opal, north node, expansion. Anything else for this? I am seeing this one. I don't know if this is an opal, but it has opal qualities with that incandescent. I'm going to choose those 2. For group 2, I'll hold them up again. So for group 2, this is the resonant card and crystals. Why is this so fun? Okay. For group 3, card 29, Herkimer diamond is the crystal. There's some pomegranates around here. Alignment is the word, and it's the earth star chakra, which I believe is the chakra underneath our base chakra that goes into the earth. Now, what would come out for this? I'm feeling something very unique here, energy. Sorry. I'm actually seeing the selenite stick for that. Anything else? Herkimer diamond, earth, star, chakra. Okay, I am seeing the desert rose again, which we just had that in a different reading. Okay. So up close for pile 3 and the earth star chakra with alignment is these crystals. Group 4, card 15 with fluorite, introspection, and Asterion. I feel like, is that an asteroid? Just by the name. There's actually some mushrooms around this one, flowers, a butterfly wing. And now I do have a piece of fluorite here, and it's already calling to me, so we're gonna respect the fluorite wanting to be a part of this. What else for introspection? Asterion. I actually have a mushroom crystal, but it's not here. Oh, I see. This one would like to join the chat. Okay, I think that's it. Really, that was fun. That was fun. Oh, I'm going to pull these up for you and hold them up. For Asterion, I would say this is like a starseed group I'm getting. Just seems a little bit different energy, especially with the introspection word. I'm going to hold that fluorite up to the flame so you can see it. Okay. So you can pause if you need more time to think about the cards. You can pick all the piles. There are no limits here. And you can pick more than one pile. You can pick no piles, as I always say. You do you and whatever feels right to you. And if you have selected, then when you're ready, click on your timestamp and I will see you in your group for your love letter from the higher realms. Hi, pile 1. Welcome to your reading. You have the Divine Love card with the Soul Star Chakra, the pink amethyst, and card 16. If any of those things resonate for you, and the 2 beautiful crystals that we chose together. So this is a love letter to you from the higher realms. So let's get started and see what they want to say to you. Your love letter from the higher realms. First, I want to see how they see you, how you're perceived, how you're understood, what's admired about you. And I'll also tell you if you're in the right place. Oh, inner peace. So there's the 2 fish here. So this can also represent Pisces. It doesn't have to be. That's just what's coming to mind. Inner peace. So they see that you've had to cultivate a very beautiful inner world where maybe you had to really work for your inner peace, or you've been through a lot, but you've come to a place where they see that you are feeling good inside. You aren't afraid to deep dive into your emotional waters. You know, some people stay on the surface, but these 2 fish diving here. Focus. Wow, yeah, you're a very focused individual. I didn't even realize I was still shuffling because they were showing me here these beautiful flowers, and it's like this lotus here coming up on the card of inner peace. The lotus, you know, coming from the mud. They see that you've chosen to incarnate here and you've made incredible strides. You've overcome incredible challenges that a lot of souls wouldn't have chosen to choose in an incarnation, but because of the characteristics of your soul, the things that you wanted to experience, focus on, and cultivate, they're just kind of projecting admiration for you about that, that you really have gone to depths, because they keep showing me the two fish diving down here and how there's kind of like other fish in the background. You may have come here with a counterpart or a partner they're identifying, or they're identifying this is you and your higher self. Like you came here and you didn't come here alone. The two of you came here together. You can't be separated. You and your higher self are one, and you have dived to the depths that you had intended, and there's still more to go, but they're just really acknowledging that and proud of you. You have incredible focus, like this snow leopard. I love how this snow leopard is looking up at the snowflakes, almost like marveling at the world. You're one of those people who can be in a crowded room or a crowded place and stop and see the magic in the moment. You see the glimmers in life where for others it might pass them by, or they're too caught up in their own world. You're able to tune things out and intensely focus on certain things. You probably have a very well practiced meditation life, a very deep inner world they're showing me, where you can intensely focus on your own inner voice, on your own inner world for extended periods of time. I really love both of those cards. Let's see what else. What else do you see and acknowledge and want to talk about and send appreciation or love for pile 1 about? You can be trusted. Oh, I love this. It says, I can be trusted. You are super trustworthy. You hold yourself to a level of integrity that they don't see very often across the collective. You're one of those people who, doesn't matter if someone's looking, someone's watching, someone knows it happened, it didn't happen, you're always moving in resonance with what you know is right for you as a soul. And because of that, you may feel very misunderstood in circumstances, or other people might say like that, you didn't get justice, or there was, like, oh, you should have told them that happened, because, but the higher realms are saying they saw, the universe saw, the energetic realm sees your actions, and you don't need man to applaud or even things out for you, because you work on a higher realm, you work in higher frequencies, you create your own karma, you create your own blessings, because you move true to yourself and you're so tuned in to the frequencies of compassion and love and fairness and integrity, justice. You could have Libra energy also, they're showing me with the scales. Look at this, you got I am trustful in my relationships. You literally got I can be trusted and the other trust card. Whoa, this card won't move. I love this. You're so trustworthy. Okay, so now I'm getting a fuller picture here. You are highly regarded and respected. People come to you, like your friends, your family, your in your workplace, or whatever you would call that, whether you would call it work or your life's purpose. You are the one that you're like the right hand person. People go to you. So and so, they'll have the answer. You know who I would go to advice? So and so. Group 1, I don't know why I'm saying so and so. Group 1 Group 1 will have the answer. You know what? And people actually, you don't realize this, you may have know about 1 or 2 instances, but people actually talk about you in a positive way. Like people tell stories about, oh, when I first met pile 1, this actually happened, and they this, and I always felt so appreciative of them around, or I always saw like, wow, you don't meet people like that. You're just the type of person that people come to in a crisis, that people come to in a struggle. Because of that, you might have had to put some boundaries up there acknowledging, but that's because there's coherence with your energy, because you're coherent with your own integrity and inner self. Others feel that coherence, so they feel when they're in a struggle, or when it's almost like you serve as their own visual higher self, on earth, if that makes sense, because not everybody can connect with their higher self or with their sense of security or safety or that sense of protection or stability or like safe space. Not everybody has connected with that. Everybody can, but not everybody has figured out how to, or has put in the focus or the time or whatever, or their life circumstances hasn't allowed that opening yet, or whatever the case is. So in people's worlds, in the community and the family and the friend group, extending into your work group around you, you actually act as some people's feeling of safety and comfort. Like, well, thank gosh I have Pal 1 I can call about this, because I know they'll set me straight. They'll tell me the truth. They'll show me a higher perspective. You almost channel information from other people's higher selves. You may be aware of this, or you may be like, oh, I didn't realize that what I was doing. That's what I was doing when someone comes to you for advice, and you all of a sudden can offer this higher perspective that you're like, I don't know where that came from, but that's what I would do. I just feel intuitively that that's the right thing to do. But you would always encourage them to trust their own gut and their own intuition, but you're almost offering that perspective that their higher self is projecting to you. You're picking it up and then you're communicating it like an antenna, basically. That's really, really cool. I love that. What else can we get for you here? I'm getting like a mishmash of different cards I don't usually use. That my guides showed me. A new creative venture is on the horizon. See it as a positive change. Okay, so that's the Oriole coming out there. That could be something that you kind of had in your peripheral or kind of saw coming or were suspecting. So that's being, that's being confirmed if there's something going on in your world. And you got the flicker, new rhythms. Oh, I love this. I love this. New rhythms are coming into your life now. You're encouraged to trust and adapt. So the higher realm's telling you, hey, some newness on the horizon there. You're probably feeling this come in because the word new is in both of this. I feel like that's very in alignment with you. I feel like this is something that you're very going to be excited and open about. I don't feel like it's anything that you would say no to. Let's get the spirit animal. What else do you want to say to Pal 1? I'm loving your reading. I can get a pretty clear picture of who you are from what they've been communicating. You're very selfless. They're saying you would always put others first. Like I said, and again, you may have had to develop some boundaries surrounding that. Because sometimes you will give like the shirt off your back and then you are getting sunburned or you are getting, frozen. Chameleon spirit, card 14, act as if. Yeah, you're a master manifester. You know how to bring things into your world. You know how to say, okay, I see this from the end. You're a visionary. You're also someone who's super adaptable to change, why I'm not surprised, and I'm sure you're not surprised that the two new cards are coming in. New creative endeavors, new rhythms. I feel like that's part of your flow. You're used to that. Okay, this is changing. I can see it coming a mile away and I'm happy and I'm open. Like you're open to adventures. They're showing me the snow leopard. There's a bit of like lone wolf energy. Like you have friends and family and community around you, but you stay very self-regulated and you have strong sense of self and you're very self-contained. Like you don't bleed your energy out onto other people. You're not constantly asking for things or, inquiring or kind of like asking for validation or extending or wanting advice or wanting opinions. You're very self-contained and self-regulated. You're like, I know myself. I am this snow leopard walking through the snow. I know exactly what I'm doing. I know exactly where I'm going. And they wanted to talk more about this chameleon spirit. You guys are one of those people who are so multifaceted that you can fit in any situation. Like I said, with this new creative venture on the horizon, I feel like that's the theme of your life. New thing after new thing. Maybe you get into this, then someone asks you to advise on that, then you get interested in that, then you want to go back to school for this. I feel like there's so much that you want to explore and there's so much that you are naturally drawn to and gifted at. You're so multifaceted. You could fit in any environment, like the chameleon. You could fit in any circumstance. You want to look into like some yoga retreat, you go there and you're able to fit in and make friends and kind of you flow and you blend with the energy that's there. You have a wisdom to you about the environment that you're stepping into, and you're able to kind of assess and determine and discern where your energy would be best used and how presenting yourself in that space would be most harmonious and for the highest intention of whatever space you're stepping into. That's what they're showing to me. That's really, really beautiful. I love that. And you don't just kind of barge in to an energy or to a space and let the chips fall where they may, and kind of knocking things over, and taking space and kind of stepping on toes. And you're very respectful. Like, you could walk into a room and see, okay, this is the hierarchy here that's already been established. And even though I'm a very powerful soul and I have a lot to offer, I can sense that when the timing is right, I'll have my opening, I'll have my space. You wouldn't just go in, and start taking over and my way is better. Like, that's so not your energy. You're super adaptive and you're super, 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 super perceptive. Like, you're a keen observer with this focus. You are so observant. You might have taken like a while, they're showing me, like decades into your life, to realize that you have that skill, because you might have kind of assumed everyone had that, and you may not have been able to identify or put words to it. But you walk into a space, whether it's a restaurant and the waiter, the waitstaff approaches, or it's a work environment, or it's a family, or it's a party, or it's a wedding, you automatically get the lay of the land right away and you adapt. It's not that you change who you are, you decide, you discern, you consciously choose with intention, how am I going to show up in this space? What would be most harmonious and satisfying for me and for everybody around, in order to avoid conflict, in order to avoid just an unpleasant experience or unnecessary, like chafing, they're showing me, unnecessary friction. What else for pile one? I am loving, I've never done a reading like this, like I said, and I'm just loving tuning just purely into your energy, from the perspective of the higher realms. I'm definitely going to do more like this if you guys enjoy this type of reading. Oh, two flipped over there for you. One is Turtle Spirit. Oh, actually, three flipped over. Oh, I love this. Slow and steady wins the race. Yeah, card 62. So there could be Taurus energy here, because Taurus is associated with being a little more slow, or Capricorn energy, any earth sign really, but that could just be your nature. It doesn't have to be astrologically related, or it could be somewhere in your chart. It doesn't even need to be your sun sign. You could resonate with turtle spirit. I'm seeing turtles. There was a turtle crystal, not in that tray, but it did pop into my mind. Now it's reminding me again. 62 could be a meaningful number for you, they're saying. Yeah, I'm seeing turtles being very meaningful to somebody here. That could even be a nickname for somebody. Slow and steady wins the race. Like I said, you're perceptive. You don't go into a space and kind of just knock everything over. You assess. You're methodical in your methods, and that's served you very well. Even though you may have been criticized for it, they're highlighting. They want you to keep that, because in this world, they're saying, we need more grounded, rooted levels of consciousness. We need more intentional, refusing to be rushed type of energy, where it's not that you're going slow because you can't go fast. It's that you're savoring. It's that you're consciously choosing your pace. It's that you understand the eternalness and that time is an illusion. So there's no need to rush forward on things. You want to see every moment in time and experience everything through your senses as it comes up. And they really, really, really are highlighting and appreciating that about you. It's quite a unique trait. And they also want to highlight that this is very specific, and I love this. Anything that you have been criticized for in the earth plane, to them, it's highly admired, and it's highly appreciated, because to the higher realms, everything is almost flipped. Like, the things that society would say are worthy, traits, in the higher realms, they don't see it that way. It's not that they don't see them being worthy traits. it's not perceived through that lens. And they want to kind of highlight that for you, because there could be more things, like people saying that you're slow, or people saying that, like that you're doing too much, like you're into too many things. Pick one thing and stick to it. From the higher realms, multifaceted points of interest is encouraged. For example, so it could be something like that. Your propensity to be deeply reflective. You could be someone who has less, for example, people could say, oh, you're not very expressive, you don't show your emotions, but you see it as being less reactive. You see it as being a master of your inner world. And so you may be criticized for not expressing your emotions, but you see how there's a line with your serenity that you don't need to push. Not everybody can hold space for your emotions, and you know that. And so you're comfortable and have developed your inner practice of holding space for your own emotions with the higher realms through journaling, through meditating, things like this. You don't feel the need really to overly express outwards because you don't have anything to prove. So, but for example, that could be highly criticized on the earth plane. You also got grasshopper spirit, take a leap of faith. I love that. So we'll get into that in a second. And dove spirit, be at peace, and you have inner peace. Okay, I absolutely love that you got 2 peace cards here. Card 21, if that's meaningful to you. So if you're not feeling the inner peace, another message coming through is be at peace. They want to encourage you to find your inner peace. If something has recently kind of knocked you off your stability, because the peace has come in twice. And the way that the peace is coming in on this card, dove spirit, represents spirit. It's coming in almost descending upon you. And so I feel like this is an extra little message from, well, it's a big message from your spirit team in the higher realm saying, let us cover you with these soft feathers of peace, comfort you. It's okay. You're going to figure this out. You're going to get back to your center point. You always do. And the grasshopper spirit with take a leap of faith. Now they're relating this. I'm actually going to move it to this new creative venture on the horizon. It's a positive change, and the new rhythms are coming. You're encouraged to trust and adapt. So if something has recently shifted in your life, they're saying, they're just kind of adding a little bit of advice here and guidance about something currently going on in your world. You're being encouraged to flow with that. Flow with that. Take a leap of faith. A little bit of fool energy here with the grasshopper spirit. Try something new. Allow what's falling away to fall away, and allow new doors to open, and allow yourself to explore with a curious nature what this next chapter of your life is bringing in, because you are continuing to evolve, as we all are. So there could be something that is it's kind of like they just keep showing me a new chapter in a book, like it's a fresh thing. It's either a fresh idea, maybe you've left a certain career or a partnership or something like this. Maybe you're at a new phase of life, like your kids have moved out of the house, or you're retiring, or you're a new parent, or something like this, where they're saying new rhythms are going to come in, especially if you're a new parent. New rhythms, or like if your kids just left the nest type thing. That's the type of energy that's coming in, and they're just encouraging you, like, you got this, be adaptable. I'm going to put chameleon spirit with act as if with the focus card, so we can get more cards here, because I could stay in this energy forever. Okay, let's see what else wants to come in here. For pile 1, what else do you want to tell them from the higher realms for pile 1 with this divine love? Beautiful card that they chose. Oh, that one slipped off sideways there. Ooh, I love this. I am so not surprised that you got this card. I would say this is one of the most powerful cards in this deck. The Pillar of Light. It's the main card, if I recall, like that the artwork and everything is done, and it even says in like the front of the card, your vibration is rising, you are the oracle. Ooh, look at like the beautiful light. This is how I see you, like you're here on earth, and just the light from above, from the higher realms, is coming through you in this beautiful rainbow, almost giving you wings. I feel like you're one of these souls that incarnated here with a very like specific purpose to help raise the consciousness of the planet, to help be a pillar of light here, which we saw earlier with the 2 trust cards coming out. You are the oracle, which means you have the wisdom inside. You are the one that people come to for insights. You are the one that's channeling information from the higher realms. I really love that. Let's see what else for pile 1. Yeah, you're very in tune with spirit, they're saying. Like, you guys have a very deep relationship already. This card. Oh, I love this. You got come to me, attracting like a rose, receive abundance desires, with this bee above her head here. So now they're shifting a little bit the message they want to point out from the things that they wanted to tell you and highlight about you to almost like activating certain concepts in your world and encouraging you in these things. You are attracting like a rose. If your vibration is rising and you're the oracle and you're a pillar of light, that means you're on a frequency where your energy is highly magnetic and attractive to the things that you desire. So if there are things that you've been trying to call into your life, they're encouraging you here. Keep your vision, keep your focus, act as if it's coming to you. You're literally attracting like a rose. Open your hands up, open your hearts up, receive. Let your abundance in all forms. The desires of your heart are coming to you because you've really done the work and you've cultivated such a beautiful inner world. Sorry, I don't know why they paused me there. They were showing me a deck, but I didn't see it. Oh, here it is. I wanted to get this fairy deck, which I hardly ever use, but it came up as one of the first cards when I was one of the first decks when I was selecting the decks for this reading. What else for pile 1? You're just in a really beautiful time of your life, they're saying. Like, you really have come through the darkness and you're, to the risk of sounding, corny, coming into the light. Like, you're really coming into like a sun energy. Okay, interesting. So they gave you this card that says fairy spotting. It's time to go fairy spotting. It's said that seeing is believing, but in fact the opposite is true. Believing is seeing. And now at first I didn't know what this meant, and then they showed me this chameleon spirit, act as if. So it's the same message twice, and I was actually placing it right under that card. So there's a strong message coming through here for you to begin acting from the place of it's already done in your life. For example, like some people say on the most, practical level, you could start dressing for the job that you want, type of thing. Start creating the routines in your inner world and in your life that reflect the type of routines that you wish made up, your life, whether that's moving slower through your day or having more time for yourself or having more time for your inner work or starting creative endeavors. What other? I don't think I need to give you too many examples of this. I think you know exactly what it is, that energy. I think you already behave in that way, but there's something because they're reminding you about it twice. Believing is seeing. So if there is something you want to bring into your world, that's a strong message that's come through. Act as if believing is seeing for you. Okay, what else for group 1? I think we've got a lot here. I'm going to get 3 more cards they're showing me. What else do you want to tell pile 1? The strongest message if you were sitting face to face with them. Okay, that's a lot. Well, we're just taking it. They're like, stop. Stop limiting us, lady. Oh, magic. Oh, I love the colors of your card. Oh, look at this. Okay, let's start with the magic. This is your magician energy. This is what we've been talking about. I think the next phase of your self-exploration is going to be this magician energy. I think you've already explored it quite deeply, but you may have hit a wall where you're like, is that it? Like, I feel like there's more to this. They're showing me that some texts or speakers or like spiritual leaders, or you're going to read something or hear something that's going to be revolutionary for you, where you're like, I never saw that before. I did not think about that way. I want to explore this, because you have this magic in you that's like, they keep showing me you walk towards a door and it opens, but that's that act as if energy. Like, you don't even say, I'll wait until that door opens to go through it. You walk towards the door and the door opens. That's the vision they're showing to me. So they're really wanting to communicate to you. You have a magic in you that you don't realize. You really are not giving yourself credit for how powerful you are. Like, they're saying you'll look back and see how many moments were you manifested that, or were magical, or were miracles that maybe you didn't really see, but you'll see it looking back. But they don't want you to wait to look back till you have to look back to see it. They want you to recognize your magic now and be able to use it more, play with it more, because you have three kind of magician cards here now lined up: act as if, believing is seeing, and magic. Then you got these two cards, which I'm very curious because they are both pink, which is unusual in that deck. And they're both completely opposites. One is sweetness, which I get, absolutely, and one is disruption. And now I'll tell you something. I originally started filming. I probably can't find it now easily, but I originally started filming and I had chosen a different deck and it wasn't showing up in the candlelight, and so I just put that back and I started again, and but like 2 or 3 cards had come out and one of them was disruption. And I remember thinking, why would disruption come out in a love letter reading? Like, it doesn't seem very loving, you know, but it came out twice though, so now we're gonna have to figure this out about what it means. And the sweetness card, okay, they already just told me that was pretty clear and obvious. Your soul, you probably know this about yourself. Your soul thrives in disruptive energy. There's a card in another deck that I love, and it's called Healing Chaos. And it's the concept that when a tornado comes through, even though it's chaotic and disruptive, it actually tills the soil and it stirs up in Mother Nature, of course, tornadoes can be very destructive because there's houses and things also in the way, but just on a sense of, picture in a Serengeti somewhere, the tornado comes through and it tills the soil. So the wind churns and it actually creates new, fresh plains, or new, fresh, like, ecosystems, if you will. And so even though it's chaotic and disruptive, it's very useful. And you probably have had this experience in your life, and they really want to identify this to you, that if you look back on your life, if it seems like it's been disruptive, it's because or if you feel like you've been disruptive in certain situations, like you just don't fit in, or you're kind of like always the one with a different way or a different perspective, and you're kind of always going against the grain, that you're meant to do that. That's part of your purpose. You're meant to experience disruptive situations because you're not meant to sit too long on any one thing, because your sense of stability comes from within. And so you can move to different environments, different scenarios, different jobs, different relationships, different places on the earth, and your soul is meant to do that. You're meant to travel, so to speak, even if it's not physically traveling, but you're meant to travel from different situations to different environments because you're a pillar of light. So you're almost being like planted into certain situations. You raise the frequency, you offer your perspective, and then when your work is done, you move on. And so that may feel and have felt disruptive to you because you're like, why can't I stay in one place? Why can't I keep one job? Why can't I just stick in one relationship? That's why. It's because that's the nature of your soul. That's why you came here. You may be disruptor energy, where you just thrive in problem solving environments. You thrive in getting into something that looks like, you may love organizing things, but even energetically, like you may love organizing in the 3D world, like drawers, and your house may be very aesthetic and things like this. You may really feel a sense of deep satisfaction at like doing laundry or cleaning or putting something back together, but that actually relates and correlates to the way your soul likes to work. Your soul loves to organize energetic systems. So it goes into, a tense situation, a situation where there needs harmony, a situation where it needs a higher perspective or a higher frequency. And you going in as the pillar of light, you actually reorganize that energetic system or construct. And now if it needs to be disrupted, you disrupt it. If it needs to be broken down in order to be built back up again, that's what you're there for. Like, you may even be in the business world and you go into other businesses and say, hey, this is not working. We need to break this apart. This is toxic. This is ineffective. This is unproductive. This is loss of integrity. This is unethical. Whatever it is, you may go into a relationship with someone and do the same thing and say, hey, this is destructive behavior. This is destructive to our relationship. And you're kind of like a little bit of a whistleblower energy. That could have felt very hard at the beginning of your life, but they're showing me you're coming into a deep understanding and resonance with this. And it's going to start to bring a lot of sweetness into your life. I'm going to put that with the divine love. It's going to start to feel right to you. And like I said at the beginning, things that the earthly realm are like, you're disruptive. Don't do that. And it's criticized. From the higher perspective, it's highly regarded. They're like, ooh, a disruptor. A disruptor is one of the most needed energies on the earth plane at this time. And so they're really projecting that love and appreciation and understanding. Like, they see you and they see why your soul came here. They remember. And they want you to understand that nothing has gone wrong here. It's unfolding exactly as it should. And you're making huge impacts on this earth plane and in the consciousness here. I'm going to get one more card for you. The spirit guide deck. These are messages from your spirit guides. Final message for pile 1. I almost don't want to leave your pile. I had so much fun here. But I am also curious about the other messages for the other groups. For pile 1, yeah, I love how this heart just here, just giving you love, because you have the divine love card, showing love to you, appreciation that you chose to come here. Okay, your spirit guide message says, oh, I love this. This one came out in I think the last or 2 readings alone, and it was very powerful. Oh, I just saw the last line. If you think you are alone, you are not. We are beside you in all the challenges that you face. Trust that outside sources will always be working with you to ensure the best outcome of every situation. We have your best interests at heart. And the last line there, we love you. It's like, I want to cry because you have this sweetness heart card and then divine love, and then you got we love you. In this love letter, like, they don't all say that so clearly. I think that's the only card that I've seen that literally says we love you, from your spirit, the spirit realms. Oh, the emotions. Thank you so much for being here. I truly enjoyed this from the bottom of my heart and my soul. So thank you for clicking on this reading, for trusting me to be your reader, and for allowing me to bring these messages through, because there is no time and space. So if you didn't click on this reading, I would have no message channel. So we worked in tandem to bring this through. So I love that for you. I love that for us. If you did feel called to another group, you are more than welcome to take as much info in as you feel resonant to. There are no limits here. And if you did, then I'll see you shortly in that group. And if not, I will see you in another reading on another day. Bye. Hi, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. You have card 27 with expansion, the opal, and your north node, and these 2 beautiful crystals. Let's get started. The higher realms, what do they want to tell you, project to you, bringing in all of the frequencies of love, understanding, acknowledgement, appreciation, compassion, comfort, bringing them down to earth here. And let's see what they want to say to you. Now, that could be your spirit guides, your higher self, ancestors, whatever you believe in, angels, all of them combined, because it will come through like a collective consciousness, a love letter to them. Oh, a lot came out here. Oh, love. You got love. Okay. I love that you got love for this love letter reading. So much love here for you. Like the beauty of this card, I'm getting like your energy is like beautiful. Didn't I start the reading saying something about beautiful? If I didn't say it, it popped into my head. I felt like saying, hello, beautiful soul. Like you may be physically, aesthetically pleasing to like the 3D world, or you may just be very like, you may take great pleasure in beautifying yourself, like wearing beautiful things or jewelry, and that may just feel right to you. Because of course we're all beautiful, but I'm talking about your energy is lovely. Leadership. You are a leader. They see that in you. Potential. Wow. Okay. And they see your potential. Okay. I'm getting a vibe here of like you, like kind of like, what on earth are they saying? Soft as a mouse, strong as a bull or something. There's like some phrase they're trying to project to me where it's like you're basically like the strength card with the little girl is taming the lion. It's like something about your energy is very like demure. It's demure. It's mindful. There is like a meme going out about that. But I'm very mindful, very demure, very considerate. But that's what you're like. I get they're showing me a picture of you, like they're showing me Alice from Alice in Wonderland where she's wearing like the white apron with the blue shirt. They're also showing me like Cinderella. They're just showing me this energy of like very loving, caring, helpful. You wouldn't complain at a lot of things. Like you would just give whatever you could in a situation without kind of pushing back or asking for anything for yourself. And they're showing me this like leadership card with the potential like that you don't really realize your leadership ability, that you have such a strong voice and presence because maybe you associate people who are leaders with like having the loudest voice in the room or having the strongest, opinions, and so you haven't really seen yourself that way, but they see you that way with this potential card. They're like, you don't even know the potential that you have. Okay, let's keep going here. Oh, sorry. I was totally lost in my own world. Yeah, look at this. I do the best I can. That 100% you. Like you're the type of person who would just roll up their sleeves and get involved in a situation. Like if you saw like an animal on the side of the road that needed help, you would like get them, take them to the vet, put up the wanted posters, see if anyone, like get them food, get them safe. You are like you could be Virgo energy because you're very like helper energy. I see Pisces here. They keep showing me, yeah, like soft as a lamb, but they don't mean soft. Like you might take that away. You might be like, I'm not soft, like I'm strong. They're not trying to say that. It's just your energy is so pure and innocent and genuinely wanting to help and genuinely wanting to serve, like Mother Teresa energy. You have Mother Teresa energy, okay? Teresa could be a meaningful name to you. It could be an ancestor who passed on because they projected that name to me. It could be your name or like your grandmother. If that's you, that would just be like for one person. Then there's definitely a message here for you. What else were piled to? These two hopped off like a grasshopper. I am forgiving. Yeah. 100% I see that. You like I said, soft as a lamb. Like you're so sweet and you're so good natured. Like a lot of people might have taken advantage of you. A lot of people might mistake your kindness for weakness. That would be the phrase here. I keep my own counsel. Yeah. You're not the most talkative person. Like you keep to yourself. You keep your ideas to yourself, you keep your plans to yourself. You are like a sweetheart, essentially, but you have so much power in you, and we need more people of you in this world, they're saying, because it's become like the squeaky wheel gets the squeakiest wheel gets the grease. And that's actually like, you're going to demonstrate that that's actually not the case. Not that you need the grease, not that there's anything you want or trying to call in specifically, like you don't want recognition or praise. You're like a pure soul. What is this energy? They keep showing me an example, but I don't know what they're showing me. You're like this pure, like we're all pure souls, but you're like this very pure, like category of soul, almost like originating type. Like I said, Mother Teresa, Mother Mary, very mother energy, very mother energy. Even if your like gender is not female, you very nurturing, like you take care of your family. You might be a doctor, a teacher, a nurse, a caregiver, a help worker, a support worker, a social worker, like you may have chosen that for your profession. You want to help and serve. You want to genuinely make the world a better place, and there aren't a lot of people like that, but they're showing that it's like a thread, or like a DNA, I don't know what, like they're showing like a DNA thread, like a type of soul. You come from like a particular star family. Maybe there's a particular star family that is known for that. I don't know what it is. But you guys are like, you know what, like they're showing me like there's war, and like they send in like nurses and doctors, like aid. You're like those people who would go in energetically, like you, like they're showing me from your incarnation, like you came here as a soul to come to earth to be like, let me help, let me just do what I can. You don't want any recognition, you don't want praise, you don't even really want money, or like you just want to help, you just want to serve, you just want to make things better. Like that's a crazy pureness to your soul that not a lot of people have. Like a lot of people incarnate here and it's immediately like, what can I get? What can I make for myself? What can I acquire? How can I succeed? You know, like I don't think succeed has ever been on your mind. Okay, you got lizard spirit 38 and mouse. I'm sorry, but I said mouse. Like, I'm not trying to say you're a mouse. They're just showing me a mouse. Like, you're so quiet and non-assuming. Like, you don't need, you just there doing your work, doing your thing. You don't need to be the biggest voice in the room, but you're so productive and effective and crucial and critical. And maybe you don't see that about yourself. You got card 40, mouse spirit, tending to the small things. Oh my gosh, I love mice. I know, like I've had them in my house as pests, and that's definitely annoying. Not like long-term guests, but you know, very briefly. One came in the house when it was raining, and it was a little challenging to get him out, but I just think they're just so like, they're just very, nature is so like sweet. I can't explain it. And then you got lizard spirit card 38, dream the world into being. Interesting. I'm going to get back to that. I think you have great powers as a dreamer, as a visionary. That maybe that's the potential they're talking about that you haven't kind of discovered yet. Let's get more for you here. Pile 2. Definitely seeing the picture of who you are. For pile 2, please. There's a lot of floral here. You have a very floral, like if somebody had to associate you to something on earth, definitely flower. Like you giving major flower energy, like beautiful, delicate, innocent, pure, just there for what it is, and not like needing anything or doing anything or forcing anything. Just wondrous and delicate I am getting, but not like in a way that it's not strong. for pile 2, please, can we have more? I don't know why I feel like I'm offending people here. Like, just because society is so like, oh, if you're soft, then you're weak. If you're delicate, then you're, ineffective. If you're like, that's not at all the energy here. There's such a reverence and like respect. Like the higher realms are like, they just want to like bathe you in this appreciation and like acknowledgement of who you are, and help you to see things about yourself that maybe you don't see, and help you to see that that's a strength. Yeah, they just keep showing me how like in this world and culture, it's applauded for being like assertive and ambitious and like super passionate. And I'm not saying you're not those things. It's just you don't like all I can say is like you're not the loudest person in the room, right? And sometimes that's seen as weakness, and that's not it at all. But they want to like reassure you of the like perfection of how you are and how you're this quiet leader. Oh, I know why they were showing me that Cinderella now. Okay, this is so funny. Remember when I said Alice in Wonderland and then they showed me Cinderella, but then they showed me the mice in Cinderella. And I was like, yeah, there's mice. Like I didn't clue in that that's what they were saying. And then you got mouse spirit. I said mouse at the beginning, like quiet as a mouse, strong as a bull or something. Or it's the mice in Cinderella. You know how they're so helpful? Like they're so small and tiny, and they're so helpful. Like they're really like running the whole thing there, the mice. They're like helping her, they're advising her, they're guiding her, they're collecting resources for her. Like the mice is what Cinderella is about to me. But you also have Cinderella energy. But like when she's cooking and cleaning and she's getting like berated by her stepsisters and she really doesn't say anything because it's just not her nature. She's just like, okay, well, I'll just keep doing this. Like she still loves them, like she just has such a sweet, pure, innocent heart. Like she sees the best in people. She sees the best in them, even though they're coming down at her, on her. That's what I see with you guys. Like not a lot of people are like that anymore. That's why I keep saying you're like the original souls or something. Like you're just these, like you almost like came first or something, and you were here as like these pure beings of love and compassion to kind of root that in, or it would have just been like pure chaos here. And then some of you have come back in incarnations to keep seeding that frequency here. Yeah, like my heart chakra just feels so expansive. Like I just want to like hug you guys for the work that you do. Yeah, you're so forgiving. Oh yeah, I said that with the Cinderella thing. Like you see past, even though the evil stepsisters were like horrible to her, and the evil stepmother, your energy would just forgive and be like, it's still my family and I still love them and they don't know what they're doing. Like you see people for who they really are. You see past the hurt and the trauma, which is very hard for people. It's very hard to do that. So that's a strength. That's leadership ability to be able to do that. People and things. More for pile 2, please. Okay, wow. That's powerful. You got the dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? So this is powerful that your guides are wanting to say this, because this could be your Achilles heel. This could be what, with this potential and the leadership, you may feel, because you're so soft as a lamb, this beautiful energy. Like I hope I'm not offending people, because some people are like, oh, I'm not a mouse energy. Like the mice are amazing. Like it's sad that we're in a world that like so many things have negative connotations. Do you know what I mean? Like the mice are powerful. The mice are leaders. The mice are incredible creatures. Like, but because some people would be offended by that. I hope I'm not offending you and you can feel the meaning of what I'm saying. Like a kitty, like, well, I can't even say a kitty cat, because cats can be very like standoffish. That's actually not, but like soft, like that. Maybe a bunny rabbit. You're just so, maybe I'll stop relating you to animals. How about that? Your your energy is so soft and beautiful, and like I would feel like being around you is like snuggling up in like my warmest, coziest pajamas with my coziest blanket and just feeling like safe. and appreciated and not judged. I would say you are the least judgmental energy like I would probably have ever met. Like, I think anyone could tell you anything and you would be open. You hold space like nobody else. Like, you're just like a soft place to land for people energetically. Even strangers probably catch your eye and smile. Like, if you smile at someone, sorry, there's a lot coming in now from the higher realms. If you when you smile at people, that alone stays with the other person for weeks and even years. They're showing me, because you have an angelicness. Okay, that's what they were trying to get at. An angelicness. I don't know how we went to mice, bunnies, and lambs before we landed at angelic. There's an angelic quality about you, like this pure, innocent energy. It's like crystalline, sparkly. It's just very rooted. And it's like I said, like Mother Mary, Mother Teresa, just like a divine, feminine, not gender specific. You could be any gender watching this. Energy. It's a pureness. But, however, and your guides are saying that energetic place, you can sometimes fall into the comfort zone of dimming your light to fit in because you shine bright. And there will be a lot of people jealous of you in this lifetime, for sure. Like, you probably had mean girl energy, mean guy. Is there mean guy energy? I don't know. But I'm trying to think, but mean girl energy, projected at you from, like I said, the evil stepmother, evil stepsisters energy. We all know that tale. It's that jealousy because you shine so bright and so pure and you're not trying. Like, you don't try. That is simply who you are. I'm not saying you don't try at things, because you have to do the best you can. I really feel like you apply yourself in every situation. You take that very seriously. Like, whatever you put your hand to, you're very, like, your heart is so in it. You want to do the best job. You want to please. You want to honor the system or the situation or the person. But you don't try to shine. You just naturally do. And I think it's acknowledged a lot. Like, people might say, oh my gosh, you're beautiful. You have beautiful eyes. Or, you're radiant. You're glowing. Or you have the most beautiful hair or something like this. And there's a lot of jealousy that comes from that, because other people who maybe don't feel so effortless in their beauty are going to project at you and say, like, how dare you shine brighter, or whatever the case is. But your guides are here saying, please do not dim to fit in. And you have this eye symbology on both of these cards. It's over her head here, the third eye, and it's over this figure's head here. Please do not dim to fit in. Are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Your guides coming in saying, please don't do that. Don't consciously dim your light to make others feel more comfortable. Just feel assured in it, because the thing is, your light will permeate whatever darkness it needs to, even if the darkness fights back. Like, there's these YouTube shorts I see, and I'm getting emotional. It's like this little cartoon drawing of a fox, a mole, like a possum. I think it's the fox, the mole, and the boy. And I think there's a horse there too. You might have seen them. And there's the one where the fox is like in the snare, and the mole comes up. This, like, again, I'm sorry that you're being related to the mole, but this soft, like this, my heart breaks with the innocence of this mole. Just in, like, because it's so beautiful. So I'm getting emotional trying to explain this to you. And the mole, you guys, this is outrageous that I can't tell you this. Like, I don't even think I can properly explain to you the sweetness of how this, like, animated short is. But he's basically saying to the fox, who's freaking out, like the fox is in pain, right? He's snarling, he's snapping, he's trying to get at the mole, he's like fighting back, he's attacking the mole essentially, even though he can't reach him because he's in the snare. And that's another message there about how you're protected. And then the mole just gently says, I can help you. And the fox, like, attacks him and is like, how dare you, like, get away from me, or something. And the mole says, if I don't help you, you will die, or something like that. And it's just so, like, poignant how the mole is like, guys, the way that I can't get through this without being emotional. I think I'm picking up on your energy, but the mole is just so courageous in its leadership and it's, like, wanting to help. It's so pure that it's like, like almost like I'll take that risk. I'll sacrifice my own feeling of safety in order to help you because you need this help. Like I said, you're the one helping the animals. You're stopping in traffic to go pick up, a cat or a dog that you saw got injured, and you're risking yourself, be safe. Please be safe to help another, and they're just showing me that short. And now I feel like we should have picked the selenite angel wings for you guys from the crystal bowl. Okay, let's continue. Get myself together here. These love letters are making my heart like just feel so full. What else did you want to tell pile 2, please? Yeah, 27 could be a meaningful number. They just highlighted that for me. That could be your age in your phone number or your address or like your sports jersey or a date on the calendar that's meaningful to you. That could be when an ancestor passed. One of them is showing me that could be for one person. They're here if that's you. For pile 2, please. Oh my gosh, my nose. This is me crying here, this purple figure. Okay, we got this. Okay, you got the rose. Oh yeah, wow. The rose thread, inner call, soul led, the mystic living courageously. And even like this figure here has kind of like this veil on her head, like giving Mother Teresa, like Mother Mary energy. I'm going to read that. I haven't read from any of the books today, but they would like to read the rose thread to you because they have a message here for you. Oh, if I can stop crying. I feel like someone's grandmother's here who passed on. If that's you, she is here. Okay, this is the card of the mystic. The one who's in touch with the depths of the inner world and the inner weavings of the world and beyond, way beyond. Whew. They're dedicated to listening to the mysterious voice whispering within, to following their intuition and living in accordance with that, to living by being guided by the rose thread. Following the rose thread means being dedicated to... I can't believe what's coming next because I read it before I got there. The synchronicities. Following the rose thread means being dedicated to walking the way of the rose, to being in service to humanity. I knew that about you. And dedicated to writing a new story. I knew that because the higher realms told me that. I'm not trying to take credit. I knew that. It requires courage and faith. Yes. Yes. That's why you got the leadership card right off the hop. It requires courage and faith and the willingness to pave a new path. That's why you got dream the world into being. This is about, you guys are like the originators of this new world order, like your type of energy. You guys are going to be crucial in that being birthed into this world. The rose has been a symbol of the mystery of mysteries for thousands of years. The rose thread is the invisible path that the mystic follows. It takes courage and trust, for the path is different for every single person. This is why it requires courage to trust the inner call, and those who do so find great reward. This card is a sign that you're being called to follow this initiatory path, led by the thread deep within. You may find you're in a place of great change and are being called to have faith and gather up the courage to take the next step. This card is a sign of encouragement to keep taking the next step. It's acknowledging the courage it takes to live a soul-led life and honoring you for always taking the leap. Yeah, you're highly honored here. Even when things feel unclear, especially when they do, I trust that I'm always led from within. Yeah, like I see... your guys' energy is like, so usually when I'm tuning into the higher realms, it's like the higher realms are holding the highest frequency, kind of like this majestic ascended master, like high intelligence and wisdom energy, and then they're projecting it to you. Your guys, I actually saw your soul like ascending, say like at night, or whenever you ascend, but you're still here in the 3D world. But I'm talking about your energy, like your higher self, actually is like the honoree. Like when you join back with the higher realms, it's this like, what can we learn from them? Like there's this reverence and this like deep respect for you guys, if that makes sense. I've actually never seen that before. It's always been like a higher, lower, oversoul, type of thing. You guys are actually like, because you're like the originating energy. I can't explain that concept except that they keep telling me that originating energy. All I'm getting is like super old souls that you, like mothership, the mothership, they're saying that you guys are like revered. Like they're showing me in, I don't know what they're showing me, but they're showing me like a spaceship. I don't know if this is from a movie or something, and it goes like over the land, over a planet, and then like you descend onto the planet to like, speak to the people, kind of get the vibes, you know, assess the situation, and then you ascend back into your ship. And then when you get on the ship, like everyone who's on the ship is like, oh, they're here, they're here, they're here. They're like, quiet, 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 like respect. And then you kind of like explain what you saw and what your thoughts are and what we can do to help. Like it's that type of energy. It's really, really awesome. I'm going to do a little fairy deck for us. A little playful vibe here. I love the Fae realm. I call to my daughter, we call the like unseen realms for her fairies. Like instead of me saying your guides or your ancestors, just because of her age, I've always said the fairies, or she'll say, oh, the fairies told me, or the fairies were thinking, or whatever. So that's how we identify the unseen realm. So I just resonate with that. So I don't know why I'm telling you that story, but the fairies are here. Look in a book you got. Whatever your question is right now, you'll find the answer in a book. The words you find will bring the insight you seek. Ooh, wonderful. So I did get a little bit of like, from that other card, you may be facing like a question or a change right now in your life, and that's being very encouraged, whatever this is. Like you may be like, I feel called to go and serve here. I feel called to change careers, or I feel called to travel here, or I feel called to help here, or just something. I feel like it's on your mind. And we already read from this rose thread, like follow your inner rose thread, the invisible thread that is calling you towards what you are meant to do, what you came here for, what would be deeply satisfying to you. But there could be answers in a book. So there could be something that you come across or that comes across. Just keep a lookout for it. Comes across your path. You see something promoted. You see a glimpse of something. Someone suggests something. You see something in the doctor's office. Like I once read an article that like answered questions for me while I was waiting in the doctor's office. Like it was in an article on the table, and I picked it up and I was like, oh my gosh, I was looking for this information everywhere. It can come in this. Once it was on the back of a bus, like an advertisement. That's how my answer came. So just keep your eyes peeled, because it's saying if there's a question you have right now, the answers you seek may come in a book. Let's get a little bit more for pile 2 here. What do you want to tell pile 2? This has been such a beautiful reading. Pile 2 did not disappoint. I was like, I don't think we can get more after pile 1, but this is like a whole other thing, and I loved every minute of it. You got duck. Find comfort and balance in simple ways. You have support all around you. Yeah, and you have this tend to the small things. I feel like you love a simple life. Like you really love the slow life, simple pace. And they're just encouraging that. That's how you find your comfort. That's how you find your balance. There's nothing wrong with living that life. That is who you are, and you resonate with that for a reason. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe you got this card. White turkey. The power to heal the earth is within you, guys. Like, talk about the small mighty mouse. Like, small but mighty mouse or whatever is Mighty Mouse. Oh, Mighty Mouse. Yeah, Mighty Mouse. That's you guys. The power to heal the earth. Like I said, you guys are seeding new frequencies here for this new earth that everyone's been talking about with this dream the world into being. That's coming from energy like you guys. This love, potential, forgiveness, leadership. It's starting with, it's already started, but it's coming from souls like yours, because your consciousness is so different and elevated from the general consciousness here. Someone has to bring I can't get this card under. Someone has to bring that vision. Oh, and you got owl. Oh, yep. So same with the rose thread. Exact same message. Inner call, soul led. You got owl. Your intuition is correct. Wow, what a powerful direct message you're getting from the higher realms. Your intuition is correct. Follow your inner wisdom without fail. And then you have this, I keep my own counsel. And they wanted me to put that right with that. Like, you are expanding right now, I think, into places that you maybe didn't see was coming. Let's see if I can. Like, you may have always been like, oh, this is what my life is going to be, and it's going to be that. And then all of a sudden you're like, I kind of feel called to travel over here, or to go serve here, or to help here, or to change careers, or to start this business, or start this group, or start this form of therapy or modality, or be on this platform. And I don't know if, like, maybe you didn't see your potential, or think you had the potential, or there's something about you always thinking you would be in the background and kind of feeling like a little bit uncomfortable stepping out. But like the mice in Cinderella, like they were like, we can talk and do things. Like, don't call us as regular mice. We're magic. Like, that's your energy. Like, someone may overlook you or think, oh, they're just they're just quiet over there in the corner. Like, don't worry about them. Meanwhile, you're not plotting, but in a positive plotting. Meanwhile, you're like completely like planting seeds to like bloom an entire new level of consciousness on the earth. Meanwhile, like, that's the energy of you guys. Like, no one would suspect because you're not loud, and you're not super out there, and you're not like, look at me. You move in your own timing and rhythm, and you move without announcement. Really, like, incredible. I'm gonna get you a final card here for spirit, message from your spirit guides. Okay, hold on a second. We forgot a pal that I did for pal 1, and they just reminded me. So we're just going to see if there's any more strongest energies here that they want to say to you, or to describe you, or to give you words of comfort. And then we'll get your message from your spirit team. An additional message, because it's been a lot coming through, y'all. There's been a lot coming through. This one for sure, that won't go back. Anything else? Okay, rejection and protection. Okay, if you know what I'm going to say, rejection is divine protection. I can't believe you got those together. There's a phrase that I love, that a lot of us love, that some people don't love, but it says rejection is divine protection. Basically saying, if the door closes, trust when we say we were protecting you from something that was not meant for you, or that was not on your highest timeline. So if that's occurred, that is why they wanted that message to come through really clear. If like you didn't get into the school that you thought you wanted, or the course, or the relationship, if someone has ghosted you, if your marriage ended, if you're unable to manifest something in this world that you thought you really wanted, if you didn't get the promotion that you thought you wanted, just trust. Trust, you are so protected. And I think I said you are so protected earlier, like when the mole was going to the fox, like there was a protection there, that fox was going to help. So if there's something in your life that you perceived as rejection, it was to protect you and redirect you into your highest timeline. So if you can have trust and faith there, they just wanted to reassure you of that. That's a really powerful message. Final message from your spirit guides coming out right away. It's time to stop letting worry rule you. Instead, get excited about your future and all it will bring. What energy and emotion you put out comes back to you with a little conscious effort on your part. That happy ending can and will be yours. Believe that. I actually want to get one more for you, they're telling me. So that's for those of you who were worrying about something. If something was giving you anxiety, something didn't seem to go a certain way, that's a beautiful message of encouragement. And another final message. Let go of the old, and make way for the new. You may find yourself being distracted by random thoughts, fears, or doubts. Don't allow yourself to be governed by them. Simply observe and choose to take aligned actions and choices. Beautiful. Beautiful messages coming through. I am so in love with your guys' reading and your energy. Like, do you want to be besties? Like, I just like, and thank you for your service, because a lot of you guys are in service and you're not overlooked. Like, you guys are selfless. Like, it's wild. Like, you may be parents or caretakers, or just you do something in your world that, like, you don't ask for any applause, you don't ask for any validation, you don't ask for anything, and you still just show up every day and you do your best, and you just like seed this energy of peace and compassion, and the difference that you're making in the world is like enormous in this earth plane, and the impact you're having on the consciousness here and the new earth that is being birthed is just profound. So I just wanted to say thank you for myself, but also your guides are just projecting a ton of appreciation, support, and comfort around you, because some of you do have a level of anxiety and worry that you live with, they're seeing, and they want to help soothe that for you, and kind of support you in moving into a more peaceful energy where you feel better in your everyday life about what you're doing, and you have more confidence. You have like this deep knowing that you're doing what you're meant to be doing, and that it's right and it's perfect for you to continue moving on the path that is yours, not the one that the world seems to want to project onto you, or that others are like loudly kind of like signaling to follow. You're doing the exact right thing with what you're doing by following your own intuition regarding where you are on your path and where you're intending to go. So thank you so much for being here. Truly honored to do this reading for you. I truly enjoyed it. If you felt drawn to another group, then I will see you there shortly. And if not, I will see you in another reading on another day. Bye. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome to your love letter from the higher realms. Piles 1 and 2 were beautiful. Beautiful. If I do say so myself, the energy to be in was stunning. Now, this candle has not done this for any other group, but it keeps sparking. Like, I actually see sparks. So you could have a little spark in you, a little fire. And also, I heard, while I was eating my lunch, for your pile, Rihanna's song, Shine, I think it's Shine Bright Like a Diamond, where she's like, shine bright like a diamond. And then it was the line where it says, I'm a shooting star, you see visions of ecstasy. There was another line. Now I can't hear it. I'm sure it'll come back to me. So you have the Herkimer Diamond, card 29, with alignment and the Earth Star Chakra. That's so strange, because I thought we already did the Earth Star Chakra. Oh, we did the Soul Star Chakra in pile 1. I totally thought that was the Earth Star Chakra. Well, here we are with the Earth Star Chakra. Okay, I just wish I could hug you. I love being here. Okay, so this is from the higher realms, whatever you call that, ancestors, passed on loved ones, guides, your higher self, all of the above, angels, whatever realms and dimensions you resonate with. They are presenting here as one consciousness to communicate these messages of love, compassion, comfort, acceptance, acknowledgement, appreciation, honoring you, revering you, cherishing you. It's good. These have been great. This has put me in the most beautiful energy for my day. I do one of these every day. Okay. For pile 3, the lovely pile 3. So before I start, they're showing me this desert rose crystal, and they're showing me how it kind of looks like prickly. Y'all are a little, seem to be prickly around the edges, I think, to the 3D world. I resonate with that because I am the same way. And you may not know that from this channel, but I am. I don't know how to explain it, but if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. I'm not rude by any means. I'm just not for everybody. Let's say that. Not everybody's cup of tea. So for pile 3, what do you want to tell them? What do you want them to know? wisdom. Super wise old souls here. New beginnings. Ooh, I love that. I thought there was another card there. You have such deep wisdom that, like, you may be in a field where people call on you, like therapists, maybe card readers, like, not that people call on me, but you know what I mean? Like, you channel information, you provide guidance or clarity, teacher, even doctor. I'm seeing people come to you for your knowledge, but also there could be some of you who you're not in that field and you just know you have this untapped wisdom that is kind of just like if someone sits down with you at a party and you're like, well, actually, and you have like this just like depths of information, and people are like, wait, how do you know that? Like, did you study that? And you're like, oh no, I don't know, I just kind of know. Like, you're very wise beyond your years. People may have said you're an old soul to you a lot, or you're wise beyond your years, or things like this, especially when you were very young. I'm not getting much for the new beginnings card yet, except for what it actually means. So let's keep going, and they will get to that when they're ready for it. What else do you want to tell group 3 about what you see in them, how you see them, how they're seen and appreciated? You're a shooting star, I see. I keep hearing that. You guys might resonate with star seed. Oh! Like a diamond in the night. I would look up those lyrics. If you feel to. Wow, oh, wow, a lot came out here. Everyone else got like 3 cards. Okay, hold on a second. Let me turn all these back around because let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'm getting overwhelmed. Okay, you guys got a lot. You got, I am open to love in various forms. Interesting. Wow, okay. This is how you're seen by the higher realms and what they appreciate about you. You're open, you're loving. You don't just see it as this one romantic relationship. You have friends, you have animals who talk to you. You show love to plants. She's holding, like you're a plant mom or dad or plant parent. She's holding plants to her heart there. Okay, yeah. I was seeing if there's anything else there. I relate in peace. Okay, you're a peacemaker. You're the mediator. You're the one who's like, hey, we don't need to sound the alarm. We can, find a way through this. You elevate the room with your frequency. They're showing me. You bring the wisdom. It's like, when you go to like an elder, it doesn't matter age though. And you're just like, oh, you guys, you made this make so much more sense. And it's like someone comes to you like all hot and bothered and angry and like, and you're just like, well, what about this? Like, maybe it was because this. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, like you deflate the pressure right out of them because your energy is just peaceful. It's giving like Buddhist monk. I praise the goddess and the god. Oh, I love that. This is yin yang energy, or divine feminine, divine masculine. You see the place and the rhythm of life. You see the purpose in both divine masculine and divine feminine. I'm just checking if I'm in the frame there. You also honor your light and your dark aspects, like shown in this card here. The angel and the devil, so to speak, if you want to call it, on your shoulder, or that's within us, that the dark and the light. Why am I feeling the need to talk everything in a circle here? I act respectfully of others. Okay, you're super respectful. You treat others with care. You treat others how you would want to be treated. We're going to get more into these, but there's just a lot, so I'm just going to read them. I am kind. 100%. See that for you? You're a kind soul. You are... I knew it! I honor animals with reverence. I didn't even know this was a card in this deck because I don't use this deck very often. I honor animals with reverence. And like I said, I am open to love in various forms. I literally said animals. Like, you might have a strong relationship with animals. Okay. So if that's you, you're definitely in the right place because that came up twice. to identify you. That has not come up in any pile. I communicate with compassion. I'm going to put that with the I am kind. I am kind. Somebody here is a singer, because there's always a pile where I start like singing a lot. And last but not least, we first saw this, I create harmony, which makes so much sense because you got I act respectfully, I am kind, I communicate with compassion. I'm going to put all these actually together. Well, aren't you just... I would love to just have one of you in my life. Like a confidant. You create harmony, you communicate with compassion, you are kind, you relate in peace. You're open to love in all various forms, you honor animals, you praise the goddess and the god, the light and the dark, you understand duality, and you act respectfully of others. You're wise, like, gosh darn. You guys are like a model human. You guys are giving model human. Okay. What else for pile? That was a lot that came out. Let's get deeper here. And I heard they deserve it. They deserve it. For pile 3, what else do you want to tell them? What type of love letter do you want to send them? See, now I don't even feel like you clicked here perfectly out of interest. I don't see interest and curiosity. Your cup is very full. You know your worth, like you know your, just like we all are. It's not like you see yourself as above at all. You just in touch with your inner worth and your inner divine essence and your inner wisdom. You're very rooted in the knowledge of who you are as a soul. You know that you have purpose and impact and positive influence here. You understand like where you're meant to contribute and where you're not. Like, you're already very rooted in who you are and you know who you are. This is period of curiosity and like to raise your vibration. You're like, this sounds like a reading that would put a smile on my face, period. You're not actually like, you already know all these things about yourself. Does that make sense? You know how, like, okay, this is what they're showing me in an art gallery, right? If there's all different types of artists' work being shown, you may have different levels of feeling of confidence amongst different artists. So say you have the new budding artists, like the fresh talent, and maybe they're like a little bit arrogant and they're like, you know, I'm putting my mark on the world and I'm this and that. And like, so that's their own unique kind of imprint. And then you have the other type of artist who's kind of like, still finding their way, a little bit insecure in their work, but they're getting like positive feedback. So they're like, they really need that validation and praise. Like they're still looking for that. Like, oh, I love how you worked with this, you know, and I love how you represented this. And they like soak that in. They're like, it's feeding their soul, you know, it's helping buoy up their creative prospects. And then you would have another artist, the mature artists, you know, maybe not even in years, but in just spirit, who just completely is rooted into their work, has confidence in it, and is doing it for them. And they're really not looking for any external validation. And they're just kind of there in the art gallery with their hands behind their back, kind of just like looking at all the different art. And when they overhear something about theirs, they just have this twinkle in their eye, you know, like they just kind of overhear something and they giggle to themselves like, oh, that's nice that they think that. But like, I'm really doing it for me. Like I'm here to express myself. You're that artist. That's your energy. They wanted to describe that so that you knew you were seen here. Yeah, I keep hearing clever, clever, clever. You guys are very clever and intelligent. Clever in a good way. Some people don't like that word because they think it means like calculating. To me, clever is like ingenious. Like you take something and do something with it that most wouldn't. Oh. Okay, what did you get here? You guys are pulling so many cards, I'm going to run out of room, but it's okay. We'll figure it out. Okay, so you got the Tower card, the crumbling. What are you clinging on to? Interesting, because I don't get that at all in your energy. So let's look into that in a second. Break the chain. Yeah, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. Okay, so that could have to do with the crumbling. Because this is a love letter. This isn't much going to be about like, you know, the work you need to do or anything like that. But there have been kind of these messages woven into other piles. And then you got Council of Light, Divine Orchestration, Helpers in the Subtle Realms. Like, look at all these Ascended Masters here. You've got Jesus. I think this is Buddha. I want to say Krishna. I have no idea who his other ones are. This one looks like a Disney princess. So I'm not sure who that is if you know. And Mother Mary. I don't know why that one. Anyway, you have Ascended Masters who literally will come to you and download to you light codes and insights and perspectives, and like you guys share sorry, I don't know what is going on. There's so much information coming in. Like I got, my system got overloaded. I overflooded. Just a second. Let me recalibrate. For pile 3, the strongest message, please. Yeah, you guys are a channel for divine communication, whether it's through your work or through your intelligence or your wisdom or the things that you offer or your ingenious ideas or the way that you communicate with the world around you. You're like a portal. You're a channel. But I mean, we all are, but you guys actively are tuned into it. So it's very directly delivered. It's not like diluted or anything like that. Okay, what about this crumbling and then breaking the chain? 100% you're breaking some sort of ancestral patterns. Some of you could literally originate from some of these Ascended Masters, and you may suspect that about yourself. Like you may have dreams of, being incarnated during Jesus's time or Mother Mary or Krishna or something like this. I'm just seeing that for somebody, or ancient Egypt. I'm hearing Cleopatra. So some of you just may have like suspected that about yourself or know that about yourself or just have gotten that message. But there's some sort of, you're so involved in breaking chains from your past and you're recoding this plane for the future. Like they want to say like what you're doing is very scientific. See this here? They showed me this before and they weren't ready for it. See all these like codes and symbols? It's like you and the hands here are working with it. Like you may not realize it, but you're actually recoding this dimension, like earth plane, with new things. Like okay, I'll tell you why I'm struggling. Because where you are, the things that you think about and interact with, I don't know what they are. Like I'm not familiar with them. So it's giving me like some blocks. It would be like if I was like I'm the messenger, right? So it's one thing for me to deliver something to you and say, "Oh, hey, I delivered this to you and it's a toaster and I'm familiar with this and so I can explain to you how this works," right? Do you understand? Like see, like I'm seeing myself as like an Amazon delivery person, or I'm delivering to you a Swiffer wet mop. I can explain to you how that works. I have one too. Or I'm delivering to you some Oracle cards. I can explain to you how those work and what the purposes of them. Now, what I'm delivering to you is like some sort of quantum mechanic, light code, star frequency, different sun, dimensional DNA. Like I don't know what I'm delivering to you. Do you understand? It's like a whole package that I looked in it and it was just a bunch of stuff I've never seen before. And I was like, wow, I have not come across this yet, but here you go. So that's why I keep being like, I'm here with your delivery. And it's like, I'm unfamiliar with it. But that is your message. That's what your love letter coming through is, that you guys are like light years ahead of a lot of people. You're definitely dimensionally at a different frequency. You're like I said, you're just super wise souls, and you're kind of like, you came here and you're like, the wisdom is so deep that you're operating on a plane, like a frequency plane, a quantum plane, that most others aren't. Like, you might only know of like a hand, like you might have a community. Like, I'm talking like you're like inventor, but you're like spiritual inventors. You may be inventing like different frequencies, dimensions, quite possible. Like, maybe you're not inventing them, but you're exploring them and like activating them, and like you're creating pathways for other people to enter and be aware of it. Um, like, you may be very self isolating, but you were fine with that just because no one knows what you're talking about. Like, a lot of the things I think that are in your own world, in your own internal world, you probably talk to animals, trees, and your spirit guides about it because you've long stopped trying to engage with other humans about it, because they're like, what's that now? And then they kind of give you like this look, and maybe it starts out like they're interested, and then it turns and they're like, wow, like this is so over my head, like you're starting to freak me out, you know? Like, you're into like rewriting history, you're into like rewriting the future, you're into like putting down new you're innovators, that's what you are, because they just showed me that they were like, let's give it to her, like, have mercy on me. And they showed me like a example that I can understand. You're like in a world of home builders. You know how there's home builders and they build homes, and some build bungalows, and some build townhouses, and some build mansions, and some build log cabins. Love those. But they're kind of all the same home building thing. And then there's some people who are like, we're actually building like sustainable homes. And that's like a different level, or work, because it's completely different technology. There's like solar panels and different water things, and the actual mechanics of the home internally, and the for what is it called, materials are completely different. Like, maybe it's sustainable things, bamboo, recyclable things, things that like regenerate, like things that people like didn't even know existed. And then so you're like at that level, you're like doing it a completely different way. And sometimes you start to talk to people, and there's like a small group of people who are like on board and they want these sustainable homes. And then most people are like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Like, no, like that's so out there. Like, that's not too out there an example, because we do have that now. But then there's people who are like, what about building on Mars? You know, like, what about life there? What about living in a tree house? Like, I want to build tree houses that are sustainable. And then there's people who are like, what about living on what are those things? Not spaceships, but like where they live in space, but it's like a house. You know what I'm talking about? See, I don't even have the word. One of those things. Space house? What are those called? I've seen them in movies. Anyway, that's your energy. I'm not saying you do those things, but you could. But like, they're like, just wow, impressed with you guys. I'm impressed with you guys. Okay, what else for pile? Oh yeah, but this break the chain. Sorry, they were like, hold on, man. Break the chain, ancestral patterns. You're like rewriting something that was in your like past, your ancestry, something that like kind of keeps happening in your family line, and then you were like, no, this stops with me. Like, this stops right here, and you feel like a great deal of passion about that. I don't know the crumbling, what are you clinging to? I don't feel like you would be clinging to anything. I might have to clarify that. Let's see if it comes out. Oh, wait a second. They showed me right away. They were like, excuse me, ma'am. New beginnings. Okay, yeah. You do have the new beginnings. So there is something new starting here. Divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. New beginnings, the crumblings. The crumbling. The crumbling. What are you clinging on to? Okay, so something is trying to, so the message that they're weaving in here, because every pile had kind of like a also relate, like, practical message for you about something you're going through right now situationally in your life. there is a new beginning trying to break through here. You can even see it in the colors of your card. Both are like a sunrise trying to break through. This is like a garden trying to break through this dark castle, and this is the sun coming over the horizon. Something is kind of budding and birthing into your world. But what are you clinging on to? They're saying for some reason, it could be a sense of safety or a sense of obligation. There's some sense of resistance or encouragement from them to release any resistance to this new beginning coming through. Maybe that because you have rewriting the future. So maybe that's all you need to hear. I'm going to proceed. You're a shooting star, I see. I keep hearing that. Yeah, like a diamond in the night, they keep saying, like a diamond in the night. So you shine, you're sparkling. Oh yeah, and you have the Herkimer diamond. You're sparkling like so bright to them, to the higher realms. Like they're like in the night, in the black of, the darkness of this world, sometimes they see you. Like your energy, your frequency is so visible to them. Like they can narrow in on you from like the atmosphere. Like I know that's not how it works. It's like energetic, but energetically, that's how they see your energy. They're like, oh, pile 3 is over here sparkling bright. We can see the scattering of them amongst the earth because you're there, like you're innovating. You're also, you're like, it's giving me like Indiana Jones or like, those movies where they figure things out, like puzzles, like archaeologist energy. That's what you're doing. Like you may be studying something from past civilizations. Like I seeing someone like studying hieroglyphics or different like light codes, or like I said, it's things that no one knows probably in mass reality what it is. You could be studying like DNA strands, or you may have made a discovery about something like in the scientific realm where you're like, oh my gosh, like this points to this, and I wonder what this could mean for the future. It's that type of like big things, big things. I wonder what would cause you to pick a card reading. Like you must be you follow your intuition. Like this could be the first reading you've ever listened to. You may be like, this looks interesting. I'm just curious. And this could have something to do with what you're studying. Like you may be like, what is, like, how does information pass through time and space, and like the screen, like it could have something to do with that, where you're like, it's kind of like what card readers do, and you've kind of like been studying that. I'm getting that for like one of you. And then you have 2 snakes here too, by the way. One on this card, one on this card, which is transformation and shedding the old, rebirth, creating yourself anew. Ooh. Okay, you got we are nature, becoming grounded, embodied, living in connection. And you got release the petals. Okay, we just said this. You literally have the word shedding after I talked about the snake thing. See, like, I think that fascinates you, that I could just point out the 2 snakes, and then you got release the petals, transformation, death and rebirth, shedding, all change. And you have new beginnings with the tower, which represents a structure crumbling. This could be society. Okay, I get this now. This is why I didn't feel it was you. This is why I didn't feel it was you. That's why I was like, I don't feel like you are clinging to anything. I'm going to have to layer these cards. I don't think that will bother you. I just saw a black cat for somebody you have as a pet. That's for you. If that's you, then there's a message here for you. That's why I couldn't figure out what you were clinging to, because I don't think there's something specific. There might be, but this is more about social constructs, worldly constructs, scientific constructs, spiritual constructs. This is about towers that society has put together. It could be religious constructs. There's something that you know, or that you have wisdom about, that you want to bring forward into this new light and this new beginning, and you want to bring forward this innovative idea or technology or system or healing practice or method to break these ancestral chains. But it's yours, but it's ours. Like it relates to you, but it's bigger than that. It's like on a global societal scale. And you're just like, your higher realms, your spirit team is like, you got this. Like, we see you, and you're like, you're the Herkimer diamond. Like, I don't even know what that is, but you're one of a few who are doing this here on earth. Oh, funny that you got the Earth Star chakra, which is the chakra, I believe, right below your base chakra. And then you got We Are Nature, becoming grounded, embodied, living in connection. Yeah, I feel like this has to do with something about sustainable something, because you had the nature card, then they showed me the eco-friendly sustainable system example. I feel like it has something to do with that. I feel like I'm giving you enough to know that you're being seen. Like, it's not, the point of the reading is not for me to reflect back to you what the system or innovation or invention is, also because it's a general reading. So it could be like 10 of you, like not a lot of people are going to pick this pile. It could be 10 of you with 10 different things that you're working on separately. But so you know what you're working on. It's more that for you to hear from the higher realms that you're seen and that this is crucial, important work, what you're doing. You're crumbling towers, you're crumbling societal constructs. I can't believe I didn't see that. I've only ever seen the tower from an individual perspective. But yes, of course, a soul like you would come in to crumble and break chains and rewrite patterns and recode, like I said, which would crumble down pre-existing social or innovation or whatever structures, scientific, religious, whatever. It could be in any field that you're breaking down a tower, and your guides are coming through, like the higher realms are like, you're so seen and like your work is so supported. Oh, that's why you got the Council of Light, helpers in the subtle realms. Okay, this is all making sense. It all came together for me now. This was hard for me to navigate. I'm not going to lie. I'm sure you noticed that, because like I said, I didn't know what package I was delivering here. Hello, it's your friendly Amazon delivery. And this package is confusing to me because I was like so unfamiliar with it. But this makes sense. This makes sense now. Now I see it. And they're coming through their love letter to you as a thank you for grounding this down and seeding this into the earth, because you're so needed here. Like, they so need this. Like the higher realms, right? Like, they can see everything and they are omniscient and omnipotent and everything, but they can't physically manifest anymore. That's the only thing that they can't, not that they can't, but that they won't do, I guess. I don't really know how that works. We're not going to get into that, but we have free will, right? So they can't override. But until they incarnate, you're incarnate. So it's like they rely on, like, they have all the knowledge and wisdom, but they're relying on the avatars here, which is us, to have that open channel and to actually put through these systems and innovations. And that's been happening since the beginning of time, right? Like, that's where everything is coming from. Electricity and everything we see so far. Like, I won't get started. That's a good list of a million things. But you're one of these people now. You're one of these key people in history who, whether you want to be known for it or not, like, sometimes the person who gets credited with the innovation is not the person where it originated from, because maybe that person doesn't want to be in the spotlight, right? So whatever you're comfortable with, you're crucial. Whether you pass it on to someone else who is the face of it or somewhere else, you're crucial in bringing through this new thought, this new concept, this new structure, this new innovative thing. And like, the higher realms are just like hearts. Not that you need it, but they just want, it's not that you need hearts or praise or validation. They just want you to feel seen and acknowledged and encouraged. And like that, I think you would think this is cool. That's pretty much it. Like I said, you have a curious nature, and I think you would find it really interesting that a reader could pick up your frequency and that you would be drawn to the reading, and that we would collide in that way and co-create this information for you. It's really just a, wow, that's really neat. That's cool that, that they saw that and that I found it, and that we're all kind of on the same page for a moment, if that makes sense. Really, really unexpected, highly fascinating, highly challenging energy, like in a good way. I love to be challenged personally. And that's that. Thank you for being here and trusting your intuition and clicking on the reading. if you did feel called to another group. I don't think you would, because I think this was like a very what you were here for, but curiosity could call you another group. If you are going to another group, then I will see you there shortly. And thank you for being here. And if not, it will be in another reading, maybe on another day. Bye. Pile 4. Welcome to your reading. Card 15, you got the fluorite and this crystal that someone told me what it was, and now I can't remember. Thank you for being here. We're doing a love letter from the higher realms. You have fluorite, introspection, asterion. I have no idea what that is. I meant to look it up and I didn't, so we'll rely on the channel. And something about these mushrooms they keep highlighting to me. Let's get your message from the higher realms, the love letter calling down all of the love, compassion, comfort, clarity, insights, acknowledgement, appreciation that we can from the higher realms, which could be a mix of your higher self, ancestors, spirit guides, angels, passed on loved ones, whatever you resonate with in the higher frequencies. We are going to bring it through here and let you know what they see and what they think and what they're feeling, which you can access that yourself, but it's fun to hear it back in a reading. For pile 4, what would you like to say to them? Yeah, I'm hearing that you guys are the odd ducks, odd ones out. Okay. Something with a W that I can't quite catch. For pile 4, you may or may not resonate with that. Let's see what else comes out here. That could be just for somebody or a group of people. Ooh. Gateway. Yeah, of course you got a unicorn. Very unicorn energy. You're very unique, individuated people. People like not a horse, but a unicorn, if you dig. Not a horse, but a unicorn. Gateway. Magical. If you guys are magical, you're ethereal. Release. Okay. Let's see what else. You guys have had to let go of a lot of things in your life and keep it moving. That's what they're acknowledging. I spread joy. Oh, beautiful. Joy could be your name or just the energy that you are in. You guys could be jokesters. You like to lighten up the room. You could have an excellent sense of humor, maybe a little bit of dark humor that not a lot of people get. But you really like to see people smile. And you like to believe in the magical aspects of life. Like you're the one, you believe in dragons, the fae, the angels, the fairies, the unicorns, the alicorns, all of the above. I am kind. This came out in pile 4 if you're from, or pile 4. This definitely came out in pile 4. It came out in pile 3 if you're from there. Anything else from this? I don't think so, but... Oh, I offer words of good intent. I love that. This hasn't come out yet. So I think you guys understand that your words are spells and like you try to keep what you say very high vibration. What else for pile? Oh, swan spirit. Time for a deep dive. Interesting, because you have the release there. So there was a little like personal message woven through for each of these. So I think that's what that's getting at. What else for pile 4? Quattro, I'm hearing. Quattro. Is that 4 in what, Italian? Or is that Spanish? Or both? So I think they're kind of connected. Quattro, cinco, set. That's what I'm hearing. Is that a song? If that makes sense, if that means something to you, then there's a message here for you. Okay. Am I missing a deck? There's like a whole empty spot here. What the heck? Oh, I am. How strange. Okay, hold on a second. Because I have all my decks organized for this reading, and for some reason this one's down here, which I have no recollection of doing that. And there's like an empty spot. Oh, Dove Spirit. This came out in pile 1, I think, or 2. Card 21, be at peace. Be peace. be peace. The pace is a little bit slower here and they want it that way. So I'm going to respect that. Yeah, maybe you have like some sort of neurodivergence, and if I speak too quickly, it's gonna, like, it doesn't mesh well with you. They're like, just chill. They just chill. Because I can get very like amped up. For pile 4, we'll take it down from a 10 to a 5 to a 6. For pile 4, what do you want to tell them? Yeah, I heard they think differently. They think differently. You could perceive the world completely differently from everybody else. Yeah, you have introspection. Introspection. Anything from pile 4 from this deck? Oh, obviously they wanted the one that they just told me that I had in the wrong place. My bad. They look very similar. They both have roses on them. For pile 4, you got healing the mother line. Ooh, healing ancestral work, mother line, growing up. Okay, so this could be them acknowledging that you've been doing a lot of work on your inner child, things that maybe happened in your childhood. You could have been from a reading I posted last, where I swear that came up. Something about mother's love, I said at some point. You could be from that pile. The Rose of Venus. Ooh, alignment, flow, right relationship, harmony. Interesting, because Swan Spirit came up, and swans mate for life, and now you have harmony. This is one of the only cards that has a couple together in this deck. This is the only card that's come up in this entire reading that has to do with relationships. All 4 piles. Like romantic relationships. The Rose Garden, innocence, forgiveness, be gentle with yourself. Innocence, forgiveness, be gentle with yourself. You're kind, you spread joy. Healing the mother line. I want to say this has something to do with your mother. Either that they weren't present or were present, and not maybe in a way that you found harmonious. There could be something here you need to release, but this is a love letter from you. I don't want this, a love letter to you. I don't want this turning into like a regular reading. Let's continue and get all your cards. What am I doing? This one. For pile 4, what do you want to tell them? For pile 4, please, what do you want to tell them? Oh, you got 4 cards here. Okay, you got Owl. This came up in another pile too. Your intuition is correct. Follow your inner wisdom without fail. Okay, so you guys are highly intuitive. Grouse, embrace the power of dance and movement to access your highest guidance. Okay, so you could be dancers. Goose, your dreams and desires are calling you to action. The journey begins today. And Turkey, honor your time of harvest. Offer your gifts and blessings as service to the greater good. Okay, let's get more. Can you give us the strongest energies for pile 4? What do you want to say to them? Sweetness. Okay, yeah, this came in another pile too. You guys are super sweet, kind souls. You might have been from pile 2. Movement. Then you got the embrace. Oh my gosh, you actually got the card that says embrace the power of dance and movement. And then I said you might be dancers. Even this, I spread joy. She looks like an acrobat or something. And then you got the movement card. I haven't got anything about physical things here yet. So that's very interesting. Okay, I want to get one more from this deck, and then I'm going to channel. This pile is quite complex. What do you want to tell pile 4? Usually when I'm reading, everything kind of comes out as it comes out, but then occasionally they will hold majority of the information for a certain point. That's what's happening here. I don't really see the puzzle coming together yet. I'm just getting like the corner pieces in. So just bear with me. We'll get it. Yeah, for some of you, your mother is in the non-physical. She's passed on. They just showed me that. If that's you, there could be a message here for you. Okay, yeah, you got releasing, and you have release. I love when the things are matching and synchronizing. This is a mess. I need to organize this. And you got unbound. Releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. I'm also getting, like when I'm reading this, releasing soul patterns, I'm seeing movement, like a dance bursting forth, and you're like releasing things. This is a very interesting energy. Oh yeah, and then you have right relationship, harmony, flow, alignment, innocence. Oh yeah, innocence. I saw that with the, I said that, didn't I? With the sweetness. Okay. Let's go through this. Let's make it make sense. That's my job. I won't fail you. I'm going to make it make sense. Okay. Oh yeah, Swan Spirit. I'm seeing ballet. I'm seeing Swan Lake. Some of you are like literally dancers. Okay. Okay, what we have here, your message from the higher realms is you feel misunderstood. You have lived life just feeling not only misunderstood by others, but by yourself. Like you feel by yourself, like alone, but you feel misunderstood by your own self. I think you have done a lot of introspection, a lot of self-reflection, a lot of trying to figure out who you are, what makes you tick, what lights you up, why sometimes do you just not feel called to anything, you don't really feel happy, you don't really feel sad, you're kind of just here. Offer your gifts and blessings as a service. Honor your time of harvest. Embrace the power of dance and movement to access your highest guidance. Okay, this is going to sound strange, but if you don't already dance, if you do dance, then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't dance, then you may need to keep an open mind while I say this. There is untapped, I am just starting to recognize this and experience it myself. But there's untapped intuitive potential in the physical avatar. I think we just overlook it, right? Because of we always overlook the body, like poor body. We're always like the mind, the spirit, and then the body's like, hello, I'm like the most highly tuned antenna and everyone is ignoring me. I'm not sure why that is. I don't know if it's because I feel like I understand this personally because my body's always been a highly tuned antenna, and quite frankly, it can be annoying. And I didn't know what that was for a lot of my life. But so I get what they're trying to say here. If you can just trust and you don't already dance or move your body. Now, this does not have to be a structured dance. They mean like move your body, like the grouse would. You know how birds dance? Like they just do whatever they're doing. They don't mind any sort of structure. Like it cannot be, they're not reading from like, a choreographed playbook. The bird choreograph playbook. They're doing what naturally feels right to them. If your spirit guides just either want to highlight or identify that either you do that and you're on the right track with that, and that you are correct in that your body, whether it's yoga or stretching, like I'm giving it words, but like whatever you're doing, there's no official title for it. It's something unique to you. You're realizing that you can move your body in a particular intuitive way that tunes you into the higher realms and is like healing for your system, your soul, and your energy. And they want to acknowledge that you're on the right track with that. That's you are getting that intuitive download, because that is a next big step for you, especially to release yourself from whatever has occurred here in this incarnation. Number 2, be gentle with yourself, innocence, forgiveness. I feel like there's some heaviness that occurred in the beginning of your life that the higher realms are honoring and acknowledging and saying, that was difficult, that was not okay that happened to you. They saw how hard that was on you and how much pain that brought up and how much it's contributed to the decisions and the way that you move literally in the everyday world. Your fears, your anxieties that come up now. But you are moving into a gateway here, a portal of a time of release, of forgiveness in your own timing. There's no rush. You're moving into an alignment and a flow, and it is going to bring in harmonious partnerships and relationships if you haven't already met the person, because you could already be in that. Like, you could have already discovered that relationship before you found this reading. Yeah, and they're showing me this person is like dove spirit. This person will bring you peace, you bring them peace. And it will hold you in a sense of safety emotionally, so that you can do this deep dive and process a lot of these things. Releasing soul patterns, contracts, past lives, forgiveness, releasing again. Movement is key here. You came here to move, either literally, like you may have traveled or lived in a lot of places. That's part of your nature. And you came here to move your body. Like, you could be a runner, an Olympian, a dancer, a Tai Chi expert, a yoga instructor, or doing something of your own. Like, I see a lot of you wanting to, because where did it say that? Oh yeah, offer your gifts and blessings as a service for the greater good. Some of you want to help others with this, but you're not sure how it's going to be received. And then you got this goose card. Well, you got 2 cards here about that. Your dreams and desires are calling you to action. The journey begins today. And then you have your intuition is correct. Follow your inner wisdom without fail. There's something about this movement practice that has to, like, it looks like it's just about moving your body, but it's not. That's the point, which they're just confirming that to others. It's about moving energy, and it's about a new way of inciting people and enticing and getting them to heal and maintain their avatars, but it's connected to the spirit. It's connected to the spiritual world. Like, you're trying to dissolve the block and the line. Like, there's a guardrail between the body and spirit for some reason, and you're trying to dissolve that. That's what they're showing me. And they want to acknowledge your work and your instinct and your intuition. Even if this is just a seedling idea, that's going to grow into something, they're saying. That's like a big part of what their love letter is to you, that they're like, you're correct, you're on the right path. You're right in what you're doing, and keep on that path. Keep literally embrace the power of dance and movement to access your highest guidance. Like, you may meditate through movement instead of sitting, and you may start teaching that to others. Or you may have found how to heal your traumas through moving energy through you, like in certain patterns and rhythms, instinctively and intuitively. And you want to teach that, or you want to write about it, or you want to show others, or you want to be on a platform where you demonstrate this, and others who want to join in can. You don't have to share. This could just be within yourself. Like, if that's where you're comfortable, you could just do this in the comfort of your own home. That's enough, because you're releasing things here and you're healing things with this movement. Okay, so now on to, there's just certain things that you do in a unique way, but it's aligned, but you can't really explain it to others. Like, you offer words of good intent. You're big on affirmations. You're big on lifting people up. You talk about how your words are spells, but you're like, why does no one else get this? But there's something about you being on the right track. You're honing in and tuning in to concepts and themes that for some reason a lot of the world is skipping over. Like really kind of obvious things like the body connection to the spirit, the connection of words to manifestation, and to our own avatars. And you're for some reason like, I want to say like been called, like this is why you came here. You offer words of good intent. You spread joy. You are kind. You are a peacemaker. Now, let's talk about this relationship, the Rose of Venus, alignment, flow, right, relationship, harmony. It doesn't have to mean a romantic relationship. They're just giving me that it is. For some of you, it's that they want to tell you that as you bring this flow in to your body and your spirit, it's going to flow naturally into your other relationships. You're going to either find the right relationship or the relationship you're in is the right relationship, and it will become more flowy and harmonious as you start to embody that movement and that practice. This could also be movement. They're saying, like, for some of you, you feel called to move. That's confirmation. You feel called to move out of a certain career to a new place, like geographically, that's confirmation. I'm just seeing if there's anything else here. Doing the sweepity sweep. I'm going to get one for the fairy card deck here to kind of like, not lighten the energy, but lighten the energy. What's wrong with lightening the energy? Wait, yeah, that's you guys. See, I knew that wasn't me. I was like, why would I say that? Because I'm always about lightening the energy. But yeah, you guys have this like people might accuse you of using humor to diffuse situations, but like accuse you of what? Bringing a higher frequency to the situation? Humor is one of the higher frequencies. People don't understand that, right? So they think it's a defense mechanism, which I guess it can be. I don't know. I don't really see it that way. I see it as choosing to lighten the mood. Like, I feel like I channeled you. Like, why not lighten the situation? I feel like you guys have figured out, I don't know why I'm saying it like that. Your love letter, in your love letter, what is written is your guy, the higher realms want you to know how special that is. Like, some of you could be stand-up comedians, or like you write jokes, or you're just like the funny person in, your group. Don't doubt, like now I'm about to take up a stand here. Now I'm getting heated up. Like, why is the class clown looked down upon? The class clown is holding the highest frequency majority of the time. You feel me? Like, sometimes people say the joker of the group. It's like, oh, you're the joker. Oh, you're the joke. Oh, you're the, what is it? Like, you're the, why is something, they telling me something with a W? Like, you're the, I don't know, but there's something about like, you're the joker. You're the, like the class clown, like people looking down on you, and your spirit realm is like, joke's on them, because you guys actually hold the highest frequency. You guys are holding the highest frequency in the room, bruh, because that's what that energy is. Like, you guys come wearing like those blow up inflatable suits. Like, once I was sitting in my car picking up my daughter from school, and I don't know if I was having a rough day or whatever, it was Halloween, and I was just like in a meh type of mood, and it was raining, and I was just waiting for her, and some parent walked across the parking lot in an inflatable T-Rex, the ones that blow up, to get their kid. And I'm telling you, the whole parking lot, you could see heads turning, people were laughing, people were smiling, people were taking pictures. It lifted the entire mood of that entire school playground. That one parent who wore the inflatable T-Rex. I see you guys being like that. Like, it's making me want to cry with like just how beautiful that energy is, because you're also risk takers. It's risky. You put yourself out there. That's vulnerability to do that. That takes courage to do that. And people don't realize that that's all wrapped up in people who use humor as like one of their like prime communication skills. it takes courage to do these things and put yourself out there and tell a joke, when the room is like somber. It's giving Uncle Carl energy. My Uncle Carl, I told this story in another pile, so I won't tell it now, but you could kick a snake in the eye at 50 paces with those pointy boots. Like, it's just, he said that at a funeral is what this joke is, the story that made that, like, livened up the whole vibe. So yes, we're going to get the fairy cards here. We're going to get the fairy cards. Even if people say it's silly, immature, juvenile, we're all about the fairies and the unicorns here, okay? And the alicorns. Okay, we got lost and found. That's my daughter's favorite thing, is to tell me when something's an alicorn when I say it's a unicorn. And she's like, actually, it's an alicorn. Like, that's her favorite, like, re-education of her mother. So that's why I keep saying that. You got lost and found. What once was lost? Oh, there's the cat. Was it you guys who I said had a cat? A black cat I saw? Was that this pal? I don't remember now. What was once lost is about to be found, thanks to the lost and found fairy. Sometimes she can help us find things we never even realized were lost. That, I feel like, has to do with this right relationship harmony. Interesting. Ooh, and you have manifestation. Be very honest and clear about what you want to manifest in your life. Now write it down on paper, step 1. Okay. Let me know if either of those, well, let me know telepathically if either of those resonate for you. And then what was the other one they wanted to get? Was that, oh yeah, and then your spirit guides. Okay, final message for you guys, because I think a lot came through for you, and I feel like we got the messages there that they wanted to get in, but I do want to get this message from your spirit guides. Yeah, you spread joy. You spread joy. And don't you forget it. And that is like, that is so needed here. This is so silly, like probably not like quite vibrationally accurate, but you'll get the picture. They're showing me, because we have the Olympics going on, I guess, in the world. I don't personally watch them, but I'm aware. And they're showing me the podium, like silver, gold, bronze, and they're showing me like humor getting the gold, if that makes sense. Not that I think you need like that recognition. You're not trying to win. I just think you undervalue that skill. That's what they're trying to show you. Value that skill. It's so valuable. That is a skill. That's a talent, a skill. That's an inherent intelligence. Learn to ride the waves of life when faced with difficult times. You can either fight against the current or go with it. So ask yourself, what is gained by depleting my energy fighting against it? Don't do that to yourself. Yeah, and you have flow. You have flow, the word flow. And you have this, go with the current. Don't fight against it. Don't deplete your energy. Oh yeah, and you have movement, which is also like flow. If your mindset is fixed, oh, we just talked about this. If your mindset is fixed, try to free yourself from that and rise above it. Don't place limitations on what you think you can achieve. Don't stand in your own way. Allow yourself to flourish in all ways and welcome abundance in all forms into your life. You have this manifestation card, which is a very powerful card, which is kind of like, what do you want to create? What do you want to do with this? What do you want to make from this? How do you want this to play out? How do you want your life to unfold from this point? Really beautiful, really cool reading. Like, I'm quite fascinated. And I love that humor thing came up, because that's like such an important message. And I love that you guys like got that message and that's about you guys. Really super cool. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I'm honored to have read for you. I truly enjoyed this. It was fascinating. It was enlightening. And I had so much fun. Also, if you did feel called to one of the other groups, then I will see you there shortly. And if not, I'll see you in another reading on another day. Bye.